John Cook was an incredible ambassador for not only the state of Nebraska, the program, but the sport of volleyball. I never really knew when he was going to retire because we just had so many casual conversations over the course of multiple years. But in January, I could tell he was getting a little more serious about retiring.
Like I said, I haven't been through this before, but I've always approached that I was going to go as hard as I could. And when the day came and I felt like I've done enough, and that's what happened last week.
Well, I think the majority of the fan base felt shock when they heard the news that John Cook was leaving, because I certainly did.
Timing just felt right for, I think, him, but for me as well. It was kind of a win-win.
Hey guys, how we doing? What's up, buddy?
I was really confident that this is the place for me and that I could continue a lot of what Nebraska Volleyball is about. Of course, it's my dream job to be the head coach at Nebraska. And not just the fact that I'm from here. I grew up about 30 miles south of Lincoln on a farm outside of Cortland, Nebraska. I started to get recruited by Nebraska Volleyball when I was about 8th grade. I came to camp. John Cook, he saw a vision for me to be part of this program as a native Nebraskan and a great athlete. I was a setter for 3 years and then libero my senior year. I started every single game of my career, which I feel like is a pretty big accomplishment, especially playing 2 positions.
It's over! A slice of Husker heaven in Omaha!
My senior year, that's the year we won the national championship and ended up being probably the best year by far of my career. Jay, I thought you had an awesome game, and so that was really good to see. You were flying around and kind of set the tone. So great job. Good job. Coming back here as an assistant was very important, just the way I had to learn the insides of this program. And as a player, you can really only see one lens of it, but to be a coach, you see multiple lenses, and to watch John work behind the scenes, not just at practice or on road trips, to really learn how to manage not only a team, but an entire program, I think was so important for my development as a head coach.
The Huskers win it at home for their 4th national championship.
Winning the championship in 2015 was just a surreal moment for me as a coach because I knew what those players were feeling. To win the national championship as the head coach at Nebraska, I think it'd be a full circle moment to win one as a player, a coach, and now as a head coach. That's like the path, right? Or it just seems like the next thing you need to accomplish. But I tell my players all the time that, of course, that's the goal. We all know that, especially at Nebraska. But I want all of us at the end of this year to feel like we got the most out of ourselves and each other. And hopefully that ends up a national championship. But if it doesn't, I think there's a lot of ways we can view success. Work to get the feet there on those out of system.
Look, when a legend leaves, typically there's an exodus. I mean, you have players leaving, and you'd expect that only to worsen in a portal era and an NIL era. John Cook leaves. We have 17 players on this roster. They all stayed. Now, why did they all stay? Loyalty to John Cook, probably, but also they saw the track record that Dani Busboom Kelly had, but then they got to meet her. And if there's anyone more relatable in volleyball, I'd be surprised. She just connects. She's so authentic.
Good touch, good touch. We're getting there.
I feel like a koala.
A koala.
It's a mixture of like, okay, let's buy into this, but also blind faith. But I think it's because her work speaks for herself. Her reputation speaks for itself. Like, she's from here, she gets it, she played for John, so she's experienced it. I think it's really easy to confide in someone and open up when they've been through similar experiences.
Also, if it's going out of bounds, for the love of God, do not play it.
It's even cool just talking about like small town stuff. Like I can mention I was just out in Hickman at Seven Willows for an event, and she knew exactly what that was. And it's like, that's crazy. It's nice to hear sometimes as someone who not only loves it, but is now like in charge of it. Like she's now bearing the weight of Nebraska volleyball.
And the head coach for the Huskers is Dani Busboom Kelly.
People always say the 3 hardest things to do in your life are move, get a new job, and have a baby. And I did all 3 within the matter of like 2 months. And I'm very thankful to have amazing support at home, but also amazing support here at Nebraska. And the staff has been incredible, and the team. And people always ask, like, what's the biggest adjustment or what's the hardest thing? And I think they expect me to say something about volleyball or about the job. But honestly, it was, you know, the personal adjustment.
I got some little grass out of it.
Oh, whoops. This is little grass.
She's just a cool mom. You know, she's a boy mom. I think she's got a great way of balancing it all. She had us all over for team dinner, and we spent time with the kiddos.
Now I think being able to show our team and little girls across the state and fans that you can do it, like have a great family, have a great job, and there's ways to balance it both.